Welcome back to the Buying a House in Japan podcast. We have a special guest today. We have Yoshi Chatani, who is our AkiyaMart preferred partner for Tokyo. He actually helped us buy the house we are sitting in now, Tama Base Camp. Yoshi, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. My name is Yoshi. I'm an agent of real estate company, and I can support you to finding room.
Perfect.
Yeah. Welcome, Yoshi.
You're most wanted guest. I think we had a party yesterday. Unfortunately, you weren't able to make it, but there was a couple people that listened to our podcast we met for the first time. They're MBA students, and they're like, "We listened to your podcast. Where's Yoshi?" And I'm like, "Oh man, he's not here today." So
okay. Yeah, next
time we'll bring you. But let's start off with a kanpai. Yoshi, thank you so much for getting us this place.
Kanpai.
Kanpai.
I'm drinking a non-alcoholic beer because in Japan, you cannot drive and drink one beer, unfortunately. So
zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance, right? There's a lot of rules in Japan we're learning about, Yoshi. But let's have some questions. Tell me a little bit more about your background. Where'd you grow up previously to being a real estate agent?
So I grew up in the Kansai area, the Hyogo-ken. And
Kansai boy.
Yeah. And I went to the university in Kyoto, and I'm getting to the rock music.
Oh, you're into rock music?
Yeah.
Oh,
then Red Hot Chili Pepper.
Yeah.
I watched the music video, and I went to California.
Oh, you went to
study?
Oh, really? I didn't. Okay, cool.
And I come back and playing band for maybe 10 years.
Oh, what?
But I got baby, so I have to make money. So that's why I work. I was looking for some job which I can use English. The first time I worked for the share house, maybe the Sakura house.
Share house is like a dormitory or like a hostel?
Kind of hostel.
Yeah.
Hostel, yeah.
And then I wanted to study more professionally about the real estate. And I changed my job, and now I work in the art value.
Cool. Were you the guitarist or drums or what?
Guitarist, lead singer.
Guitarist and vocal.
Vocal?
Oh, lead.
Oh, I didn't know this. Wow. Where in California did you study? I didn't even know that.
Long Beach.
So you Cal State, Long Beach?
LBC.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, my friend Carly was at the party. She's from Long Beach. Next time. All right.
Yeah.
We missed you, but wow, I didn't know you were in a rock band, Yoshi. How come we didn't tell us?
I think I told you.
I probably forgot.
Okay.
Sorry. Red Hot Chili Peppers, your favorite artist?
Nirvana.
Yeah.
I also like Sublime from the Long Beach.
Sublime? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So how many years have you been doing real estate now?
Maybe about 8 years.
Wow.
Including working in the share house.
And then, so 8 years, and then most recently you're at Add Value, the company we were for 4 years. Is that right?
Yeah, about 4 years. Yeah.
Okay. Always Tokyo, or?
Always Tokyo. Yeah.
But do you cover, you can help people all over Japan, or what's your feeling towards that?
Just our company is focusing on supporting the people from the overseas. So we are focusing the overseas owners.
Okay.
Can they buy only in Tokyo or
All over Japan.
all over, even including Okinawa?
Yes.
What about Yakushima?
Yakushima, no problem.
No problem?
I will go there.
You will go
If
there?
you want, check the property.
I want the Jomon Sugi table. I want that someday.
Yeah.
I want land in Yakushima with a tiny house.
Yoshi, again, thank you so much for helping us get this place. Tama Base Camp is what we're calling it. The process was, would you say our process was extra difficult? Was it on an average client? I know we put a couple offers, couple lowball offer, couple problems in the way, but how would you say our process of getting this house was?
That's great. Normal process.
On average, how many hours do you think you spent on an average deal? Like 40 hours, 50 hours?
About 40, 50 hours. Yeah.
Got it.
Yoshi, I'm jumping in with a difficult question.
Okay, here we go.
This is a question that I've asked other people on the podcast, and people ask me this question a lot as well. And I personally have a hard time answering it. I'd love to hear your perspective because you are Japanese. So I think you probably have a better understanding of the question, and I'd love to hear your answers. A lot of the time people say to me, how you're selling Japanese property to foreigners, right? the yen is weak right now.
Yep.
You're taking advantage of the country. How do you think Japanese people feel about foreigners coming, buying Japanese land, buying Japanese property? Do they see it positively? Do they see it negatively in general? Do you have any thoughts here?
It's difficult question. Maybe if you go like about countryside,
Mhm.
They have the society already,
Yeah.
and old people living there, so they might feel uncomfortable if the foreigner buy the house there.
hmm
But in like Tokyo, Osaka,
Mhm.
the Kyoto,
Yeah.
I think nobody care more. But like Japan is island, right?
Yeah.
And if we keep going like this, the current custom and thinking, the idea,
Yeah.
maybe Japan cannot survive
Yep.
there. Maybe everyone has to change their mind.
Yeah.
Their account.
That's something I think everyone realizes, right? It's a big problem
Yeah.
coming, and where you're going to find more. The population is not going to have more kids all of a sudden. You have 2 kids though, so you're doing your job, Yoshi.
Yeah.
And then, but do you think you're probably younger than the average, but the older generation definitely, how do they look at it?
Just they afraid for the unknown people
Yeah.
and also the language. So if you can speak Japanese and communicate with them, then I think it will be no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta learn Japanese. That's the common. Or talk to Kendall too.
But first impression, maybe they feel uncomfortable.
Got it. What do you, we talk, there's a lot of AkiyaMondai. What's the solution, you think? Is it tearing them down? Is it giving it to foreigners? From a Japanese mindset, how is this going to be solved? Or
a difficult question. So for this moment, I think that the Japanese doesn't want to buy the Akiya.
Yeah.
That we like the new built house. So there's no solution for this moment. So now yen is weak and many foreigners are getting attention on the Akiya. So that's a good opportunity to solve this problem.
Got it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had difficulty with a seller that didn't want to sell to a foreigner?
Yes, sometimes when I inquired to the seller's agent, they informed those information. Yeah, so we will know before making contract.
Do you see that often, or is it more rare?
It's rare.
And is that do you think more likely in a rural region or more likely in a city like Tokyo?
More like countryside.
Countryside.
It's really,
I think it's rare.
Yeah. Interesting. So I'm curious. Yeah, as we've gone on this journey, we're learning so many things about the process, and some things don't make sense sometimes. And I think we talked to Kendall, the previous agent, and he said there's rules, but for some reason people have whatever the normal thing, whatever other agents are doing, they follow that. The norm is what he said. I'm curious, what kind of strange things in real estate that doesn't make sense to you in Japan? Like, why are we doing? Is there stuff like that you're like, this doesn't make sense to me? I'll start actually. One thing that doesn't make sense is when you talked about the seller contract, the buying contract.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you made that from scratch, it seems. Like you had to, I asked you, like, how many hours did it take you to make this? You're like, oh, it takes 4 to 6 hours or something to make the document. For me, that doesn't make sense. I feel like there's no standard kind of contract or...
I see. Yeah. Actually, in Japan, that we still are making paper, right?
Yeah.
To making contracts.
Fax machine.
Yeah, fax machine. And there's many documents to sign up. So actually, if it can be more simple, it will be better. But I think it's like one of Japanese culture. Still, we use stamps.
Yeah.
And we want to put many conditions, the special agreement to avoid the
getting
problem.
sued.
Yeah.
So we heard from someone else that we interviewed on the podcast, this real estate agent, Ryo, at Nostal Homes in Osaka. he said that sometimes he will approach, someone comes to him, they want to buy this property. He approaches the seller's agent, and the seller's side, the seller's agent says that, no, I'm going to ryote this property, work both sides. So you are not going to get any commission. You've experienced that as well?
Yes.
And how does how does your company handle such a situation?
Actually, there's agent and buyer agent between seller and buyer. But sometimes seller want to find the customer by themselves.
Yeah.
So as Joy-san said, they will refuse to include one more agent.
Okay.
But there's no way that if they don't want to, we cannot introduce.
So you just drop the house.
Yes.
Not possible.
But those houses are usually popular and they have a confidence to sell immediately.
What percent of the time do you feel like 20% of the time you contact a house, 10%?
I think 5%.
That's pretty low, right? I'm not sure if we talked about it in the podcast. There's a new law that came out starting today. Wow, actually July 1st, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me play that actually. We have this air horn here.
New law.
New law alert. New law alert. Yoshi, we talked before, the commissions typically have been 3.3% plus 6.6 mon for the commission. This translates usually for Akiya is very low, right? Almost like why would anyone want to spend 40 to 50 hours for a couple $100? So the new law, what is it called? I don't even know. Is this a new real estate law? Akiya law, or
yes.
If we said it to a Japanese person, what would we say?
Yeah, like lower property agent fee.
Okay. In Japanese, what is it on the title of the document? It's just like
in Japanese, the teirena.
Oh, they put Akiya. So this is a law Japan has put in place to address the Akiya problem a little bit, right?
Yes.
Because there's been this exact problem where agents haven't want to work on these. Yoshi, what is this new law? What is the commission for it?
Actually, if it's under 8 million yen or
$50,000 for anyone listening,
yeah. So the maximum agent fee will be 330,000 yen, including
plus tax on top.
No, it's including.
So that's the fee.
Yeah.
So anything from a $1 Akiya to a $50,000 Akiya, you will get paid the same now.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great. Great news. We look forward to hopefully, sending some more people over now because of that. Make moves.
Great news, because previously it's hard to find an agent in Japan willing to help you buy some of these lower priced properties. They just don't make enough money to justify the time spent.
Yoshi, a question for you. What would you say your average deal size is?
Average.
Yeah. So this new one's 8 million yen. Sorry, this new law is 8 million. Is your average like 15 million to 20 million?
Yes, average is, if it's like detached house, 50 to 60 million yen.
50 to 60 million yen. Whoa.
For the used house, if it's in Tokyo. If it's countryside, maybe the 20 million to 30 million.
Okay. And these are foreign buyers, or is this including Japanese buyers?
Including Japanese. But for foreign buyers, maybe less than 20 million yen.
Like us. Yeah.
It's popular. Yeah.
Got it. We're glad you're going to be getting paid a little bit more now for at least this change. What are some challenges you have with foreign buyers?
What do you mean?
Maybe what are some of the difficult points? Maybe the cultural differences, or like what can we tell our listeners to? What kind of tips maybe?
So if foreigner want to buy the house in Japan, and if they stay outside, maybe there's many other additional documents is required to transfer the owner.
Got it.
And also our companies explain the important matters and the contracts in English. So I have to translate them. So it takes time more than like normal contracts.
And that's a legal thing that you need to do. I noticed that we had to get on a call and you showed your license to the camera.
Yes.
So it needs to be on a call. You can't just send the buyer a document pack and get them to sign it.
No, it's illegal. So I have to show my license and I have to explain the important matter. And recently the boom video chats explanation is become great. But before it was impossible.
In person.
Yeah, so in person meet up and explain.
Is it possible if we did again for us to skip that explanation? We say, Yoshi, we understand. Well, does anyone do that? No?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's a bit dangerous. So if you say, and I didn't explain the important matter, and after you buy the house and if there's a problem, and if you sue our company, and then our company have pay
Right.
to you.
That seems to be a very Japanese thing to make sure there's no reduced risk, conservative, make sure you tell the customer everything. So it's on them. And I think that's in the US, we just go like it's more loose a little bit. Let's just go fast. So I think that's what a lot of Westerners feel like. I don't need to see the document, just give it to me and I'll sign it. You know?
Which is what you get, kind of.
Little, there's clauses like as is or something like that. I'm curious how. When people sue, have you guys dealt with any lawsuits recently or?
No, actually, we have never seen those cases, but we have ever heard those cases because, for example, someone bought a house and behind the road was a private road. And at that time, the agent didn't explain that this owner cannot go through that private road.
Yeah.
But after they bought the house and they got complaint from neighbor, and that owner sued their real estate company, and then they
problem.
pay.
Got it.
They lost in there.
Oh, interesting. All right, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. We have a lot of investors on the line here. People, I say our average customer or client, they're looking at, again, probably Akiya. They want to come here on a tourist visa, spend a couple months, and then after that they leave. Property management, do you guys do any property management or is that another service?
Yes, we do the property management as well. Yeah.
Okay. That's like an extra fee or something, right?
Yes, like monthly, the average 5,000 yen.
That's pretty good. And what does that include? Let's say me and Joey, we're leaving, we're here for a month or something, then we leave. What does that, you come and check it or something or?
Actually, if you stay outside of Japan and non-residential of Japan, you have to find a tax manager.
Really?
In Japan. So our company can be the tax manager and like property tax invoice will be sent to our company and we can pay. Yeah. I think that's the most important thing.
And then also, we talked about it a little bit before, but utilities, setup, and all that stuff, can that all be billed to you? So as a customer, we can just pay your company for everything?
Yeah.
Is that part of the property management fee or?
Sometimes part of.
Okay.
But if it's like you ask to open up and close the utilities many times, maybe we have to discuss.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think that's Joey. We should actually talk about. We'll discuss with you. I think is a tax manager the same as accountant? If we have our own account, it's different. Property tax manager.
Yes. So actually, like Japanese government, like tax office, ask owners, the foreigner owners, to find their tax manager. Then also, if you rent out that room. And if it's over 30,000 yen, if you have an income, maybe you have to report file the tax.
Over what amount?
480,000 yen.
480,000.
Do you manage rentals also?
Yes.
So if we want to rent out this house,
no problem.
Would you guys could do that also?
Yeah. Also, we can rent this house as a monthly apartment.
Really?
Or a normal 2 years contract.
Oh, so we could rent. You guys could help us rent the house we're in, let's say right now, for a monthly rental.
Yeah.
And then how does that work? So let's say me and Joey want to come back in December, but we want to rent it from now until then or something. Is that possible?
Yeah, it's possible. Okay. It's better to have a furnished room.
We're furnishing now. How much do you think we could rent our house for?
This one?
Yeah. Give us honest, conservative monthly rental. Furnished. Yeah.
With a car.
With a car.
With a car.
With a car.
Maybe 150.
150. Oh.
100,000 yen to 150,000 yen.
That's really good.
Not bad, like $1,000.
$1,000? Yeah, I guess. we spent again $114,000 on that property. If we got $1,000 a month, that's $12,000, close to 10% return. I'm curious, how much of that do you guys take for your property management?
If it's like short term, like monthly renter,
monthly.
like 20%.
20%?
Yeah. If it's 2 years contract, 5%.
How do you guys find people?
We put in there's a monthly apartment site, right? For
Oh, those exist. Monthly apartments.
this, the weekly and monthly. Yeah.
We've been getting a lot of people asking us about foreigners looking for monthly rentals.
Mhm.
If I was a tourist and I'm like, hey, I want to rent a place, could that work? You could help us find a monthly, or you need special documents or something?
Actually, it's completely different, like monthly renter and 2 years rent.
Yeah, we're out on 2 years. No 2 years. I think we're only considering monthly rentals.
Yeah. But I can find the room, but most of our like apartment or house is rent out for 2 years contract. So some room is rent out for the monthly rent.
Okay.
But those companies are like putting the advertisement themselves.
Okay.
And maybe our company cannot go into the
Okay.
those deal.
So let's say, for example, we found, we have AkiyaMart. We posted our house on AkiyaMart. Someone wants to rent it. And we say, Yoshi, we found someone. You guys could do the contract or the payment collection, all that stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting, Jerry. We haven't thought about that.
And there's a golf course.
2 golf courses, the U.S. military golf course and Sakuragaoka Country Club. Anyone listening, if you like golf, this might be the spot.
Yes.
Yoshi, do you think we could become members at Sakuragaoka Country Club?
Yes, I think so.
Really?
If you pay.
There's a dress code.
Yeah.
So you just got to pay money.
What is so I know we're in Tokyo, but we're suburbs. What is your opinion of our area? Just on what does we tell someone we live in Tama City, what do they think?
Actually, I like Tama City. First, when I was looking for my house, I was looking for in this area.
Oh, really?
Because you can see the natures.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of parks.
Yeah, a lot of parks, and it's not too crowded. But the access to the Shinjuku is very fast, convenient.
That train is so crowded.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're sending you back later. You're taking a real crowded train back. But,
right. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a good area. But in the future, maybe the city will be developed
more,
I think.
Yeah, I'm curious, which way is it being developed? We spent some time earlier this week in central Minato, and it's just like, holy crap, there's too many people. It's too crowded. I think a lot of our listeners here are trying to predict what areas are going to get better. Is it Kotoku? Is it this way? Every direction?
But this area, maybe because of I like this area.
Okay.
I hope. And also there's a
linear car?
The faster than Shinkansen.
Oh.
Will maybe go through.
Really?
Here.
Faster than Shinkansen?
Yes.
What?
The new one.
Really?
Yeah.
When is that coming?
Not decided yet, but they are already working on this.
Yeah, they're like Tokyo to Osaka in 45 minutes or something like that.
And do you think it'll stop maybe in Tama City?
Maybe I heard they might build up the station nearby here.
Really?
Yeah.
Chioji or like closer, like actually?
Maybe between Hachioji and here.
Really? Wow. That's good news for us.
So I think that if it comes through, maybe this area will grow up.
Heard it here first, guys.
Seiseki Sakuragaoka.
Seiseki Sakuragaoka. Interesting. And where can foreigners find information on this? We were looking at Sapporo, for example. We saw the Shinkansen being made from Tokyo to Sapporo. Is there a website we can look for all the new trains? I think that's a good way to plan.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But maybe there are those new train like Shinkansen are made by the JR. So maybe if you
like a JR website.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thanks for recommending this area to us, Yoshi. This is maybe 10 years from now, we'll be like, we're right next to it.
Yoshi, have you ever, do you have any opinions on real estate around the American military bases? Because American military, they get an allowance. they get their rent paid for, and it's usually Niju Goman and a month and up, depending on their rank. Have you considered real estate around American military bases, or do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, actually, we are already managing those property nearby Yokosuka
Oh, really?
base. Yeah, and also Zama, and they also we can rent out
Okay.
right more than average.
Really? That's a really good investment. We did that presentation and we talked to all the military folks.
Yeah.
I think there's a really big opportunity there.
But there are many conditions based on the military base.
Okay.
They come check and do the inspections. And if you pass, maybe you can rent out the house to the
Military.
But actually, those lease contract is based on US law, not Japanese real law.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Can you make those contracts, or is the base military?
We have, so we can.
Oh.
So actually, we rent out to under those US military contract.
Do you think that those properties, the price is higher? Someone was saying that, oh, you're too late. Everyone's already thought of this. Those houses are more expensive.
I think it's not popular.
Really? I think there's great ROI there, returns, right?
Great opportunity.
Yeah.
But sometimes they are, right? But it's like those inspection is very strict kind of.
Yeah. So you have to follow Minpaku. There's certain things you have to, once you buy the house, let's say you renovate it.
Yeah.
That's the Taishin earthquake proof, certain kind of things they look for. I know it has, you have like handrail on the stairs and small weird things. Yeah.
And double
locks.
Double locks in the window.
Okay.
And the instruction English, the breaker. Yeah.
Interesting. We got a question when we were doing our presentation there is, can we buy near the base, or is there some restrictions? I know there's some like areas in Japan that are special zone, no foreigners can buy. Do you know anything about that one?
Just there's the restriction for the buying the like big land house, but just you have to report and you can buy.
So let me just ask the question again. Rephrase it differently, just for full understanding. So the way that the question was posed to me when I was speaking to the person that asked the question, she said that she wasn't 100% sure, but she said that she heard around the military base, there is a Japanese law that says that foreigners cannot buy around that base, but Japanese people can. So she said, even though I'm American, I live on the base, I cannot buy a house just outside of the base because I am a foreigner in Japan. And the law was to prevent, I don't know, Chinese or Russian or people from buying near the base.
Yeah, I have to check, but I have never heard about the restrictions for the
who can buy it.
Yeah, who can buy it. So yeah, I think you guys can also buy.
But you have to, so probably what happens is let's say Chinese buyer buys a lot of land next to the base. You have to report that to the Japanese government, and the Japanese government at that point might be like, nope, that's no risk or something, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll maybe say no or something. And then the Japanese government, let's say it's a U.S. military base, you inform the Japanese government and they've informed the U.S. government probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Got it. Yeah, I think there's a big opportunity. We talk to people and they're like, most Westerners will bring their dog. Sometimes they have a big dog. And I know Japanese landlords don't like having dogs to renters, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes there's like extra pay. You have to pay more for a dog, right?
If it's you are talking about the apartment?
Let's say a house. Yeah.
House, actually, you can have. You don't have to pay the extra. Maybe neighbor might keep complaining.
Cool. We had another conversation. I wanted your opinion on this. So we're talking a lot about like buying in, I think, areas that we think are going to grow. We talked to Ryo, one of our other agents, the other day. He talked about the first casino being built in Osaka in 2030 on Shima.
Yes.
How do you feel about the casino?
I like casino.
I think most Japanese people are excited for the casino.
Because some people is addicted on the pachinko.
Totally.
Yeah. And also other like, how can I say, the vacation place to visit. Maybe, it's good. I think.
Yeah, we really think that might be a good area because we have our Beppu house. We have Tama house.
Yeah.
We could take a Shinkansen to Osaka.
45 minutes.
45 minutes. Then from Osaka, we take a ferry to Beppu. It connects things for us. So I think maybe that's our next target, Yumeshima.
Yumeshima.
Yep.
Yeah.
Question, do you also do Minpaku? Also, can you help register or is that someone else? We have a couple companies, but I'm curious if...
Yes. Actually, we are working with the Minpaku company.
Okay.
So you need an extra fee
Okay.
to register. But we can help you.
Really?
Yeah.
So this house, we were checking now actually with our friend. He thinks we can Minpaku this house. What is your... Yeah.
You can, but there's some restriction, I think. Yeah.
So you're saying you have another company basically that can help you register the Minpaku but do you guys do the Minpaku operation or no? The other
we do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. But we also need the management company if something happens, Minpaku requires to someone else can come and visit within 30 minutes sometimes or 1 hour.
Okay.
So we have to find a company that's the place.
Okay. Perfect.
It should be no problem.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see more and more people the Minpaku was very intimidating for us. We really asked a lot of people now. We're starting to understand. It seems like it's much more doable. You just have to check zoning. You have to call the office.
Yes.
There's some restrictions, but it's becoming clearer to Joey and I.
Rule is depending on the cities.
Yeah.
So it's complicated.
Yeah. Got it. Other than that, I'm curious. One of our top questions people ask us is what are hot areas? Where do you guys think we should invest? We don't have an answer. But Yoshi, if we gave you $300,000, let's say, Gosenman, where would you buy something for investment?
For this moment, it might be a bit late, but Osaka. We recommend Osaka because
that's where we're looking.
That's 2 for 2, Osaka.
Okay. What about Fukuoka?
Nah, Fukuoka. Because Osaka has special rules for Minpaku. So you have no limit to operate operation days.
Osaka, that's 2 for 2, Jerry. Yeah. If you're listening to this, Osaka seems to be the spot.
Yeah. And if you have 50,000 yen, maybe you can get really nice house.
Okay.
And to rent out, so furnish.
Do you help project manage the renovation? Let's say if foreigners abroad and we want to renovate the house, is that something your company does too?
Yes.
Really?
So we know already some contractor in Osaka.
Okay.
And they can operate.
Really? Your company's really one-stop shop here, Yoshi.
Yes.
Wow. What about Tokyo? If we want to renovate this house more, do you have someone or?
Yes. We have many companies. We connected.
Yeah. Are there any nationwide, all across, one company that can do renovation all across Japan? Is there a one?
I think usually the one company belongs to the one area, Tokyo area. So if you pay to go them Osaka, they can do.
Really?
But it's will cost, I think.
Is there also similar? Is there one company that does home inspection? That's a very common question we get. Can you guys coordinate home inspection?
Yes.
Is there one company in the nation that can do it everywhere? Or?
Actually, yes. There's one big inspection company which we use usually, and they can do maybe Osaka, Kyoto, and maybe the Fukuoka area as well.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think we'll talk to you offline. We want to know more about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you handle, so someone came to us maybe about 2 months ago. Excuse me. Some very small island off Kagoshima. That obviously travel difficulties getting there. I don't know. That's the most difficult access property I can think of. Is even that something that you can handle and help find contractors for, and maybe a building inspection, no issues? Or
yes, I think no problem. But in that case, maybe you need to pay the additional fee to the inspection
Okay.
to ask
To
them
go out there, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Osaka, I'm still going back to Osaka. I think that's a good hot zone. What any other spots that you're excited about?
Any
Where,
other
if you could live
things?
anywhere outside of Tokyo, if you couldn't live in Tokyo, where would you want to live in Japan?
I like the oceans, so maybe
Chiba?
area.
How do you feel about Chiba? There's a lot. Chiba is the prefecture next to Tokyo. It's quite popular, I feel.
Yes, but I like the east side, the coast.
It's like Chigasaki kind of area.
Chigasaki is the Kanagawa.
Oh, that's Kanagawa. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So Kuju, Kurihama.
Kurihama. Yeah.
Kurihama.
That's where the Olympics of surfing.
Yeah.
Nice. We
It's a
should.
nice area, and there's not much houses. Very cheap, reasonable.
Could we Minpaku in Chiba, you think?
I think so, yeah.
That might be.
Yeah.
That also might be another good connection for us. Cool. Other than that, a couple questions, lightning round questions for you. Here we go. We're going for the lightning round. So we're going to ask you a lot of quick questions. So just give us your first impression here. I'll start off, Joey. Feel free to interject whenever. Okay. Average time for start to finish for closing a property?
Average time?
Yep.
2 months.
How many clients do you have at one time?
10 to 20.
What is your number one tip for foreign buyers?
Tip means
advice.
Find a
good company,
real estate company.
Okay, we got you right here. What is one thing you want to tell all foreign customers before they contact you? What do you want to say to them?
So our companies are very kind.
Yeah,
good. We are a good company.
Yeah,
we're here.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Agreed. Joey, any other lightning round? I know there's a weak lightning round. Favorite food? Favorite Japanese food?
Favorite are aburasoba.
Aburasoba? Yeah. Nice. That's my favorite one too.
Favorite Japanese rock band?
Ooh.
Rock band? Andy Mori.
Never heard of it.
Andy Mori.
Andy Mori. Cool. Joey, any other? You're going to ask him that hard question, right?
Oh yeah. So I do have a. I wanted to ask you about
lightning round.
Yeah, Jiko Bukken. I was looking through the AkiyaMart database for properties that said the Jiko Bukken or whatever they say, and I can't remember what the exact wording was. Someone told me that 95% of the time, if you see this specific word, it means that there was like an unnatural death on the property. First off, is that correct? Do you think if you see, is it Jiko Bukken?
Yes, Jiko Bukken.
It means suicide or something else terrible. So I went through and I calculated 0.3%. So in 1,000 homes, 3 of them had this wording. So less than 1%. In 100 homes, maybe 1. Does that seem like the right number to you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we get this. I get this question a lot from the Instagram account because people are always like, oh, why is this so cheap? It's haunted. There's ghosts there kind of thing. So I have been trying to understand that a little bit better. Are some of these haunted is, I guess, the question that I'm trying to answer with that. But so you agree maybe 3 in 1,000 had either a suicide or some other kind of terrible thing happen on the property?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think Japan, the number of the suicide in Japan is very high, right? It's comparing to the other country. And yes, I think so. Yeah, there's cases.
And do you ever hear something, suicide is terrible, but do you ever hear something more like ghosts? Someone believes that there's a ghost in this house.
Haunted house.
I have, actually, I have never seen or heard of those houses.
Okay.
But I have ever seen the room someone passed away or suicide. But if you don't care about this, I think it's no problem.
Can you help us hire a priest? I know that's a common thing.
Yes.
You can actually.
Yeah, we usually, if something happens, the Japanese hire the priest and do something.
How much do you pay those guys?
I think it's not much, 5万円.
And they just come and wave something. And
how about in your country?
I think they probably have something. Sage. They burn some kind of sage and thinks it clears the energy. I believe it.
But there's definitely homes in North America that people think are haunted.
Yep.
Like this place has ghosts.
Well, that was a end of the lightning round. I know the last question was a little dark. But other than that, I think, Yoshi, you've been such great help. We're really appreciative. Yoshi went above and beyond for everything in our Tokyo Tama base camp house. He installed ACs for us. He did he got the cleaning. He brought in all the Amazon boxes in for us. I'm sorry, Yoshi. We had so many boxes. I'm like,
mountain.
holy crap, you brought everything in. Did someone help you? You brought it yourself?
I brought inside of the entrance.
Okay.
And the cleaning company brought it into
Whoa.
You're a hero. You're a hero. So yeah, Yoshi is our AkiyaMart preferred agent for Tokyo area, and he can help elsewhere too. Yeah, only but good things to say, Yoshi. You've been super, super helpful. We're excited to keep on sending you folks. We're going to be sending them this podcast just so they can get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah.
But other than that, Joey, anything else from you?
No, thank you so much, Yoshi, for all your help with this
Thank you
house.
too.
We're excited for the next one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.